All right, we're back out at it today. Sun's out. It's a beautiful day, nice and warm. And there's my debris pile that I dragged out here yesterday. Just starting a pile right at the edge of my property. I figure if I pile all that there, I push all this up to it and clear a lot of the property. And then whenever I get to burning, I can back up to it with the backhoe, grab a bundle of it, pull forward, put it in a place to burn it, and just keep pulling it out as a little bit rather than being like all this. Initially I just started piling in the middle of the yard because the whole yard was overtaken. So now I started over there. I'll push all this over to that side and whatnot, but the whole yard, like, it came in so well everywhere else that I just want to get it all cleared. And over here, I doubt I'll get to this today, but we'll see. But there's all super high spots and low spots and high spots and boulders and tree sections and just stuff everywhere. I want to drag this around, get a bunch of these thorn bushes out of here and whatnot, like that big pile knocked down over there, and just kind of level this up enough where I can do it with the ride-on lawnmower and just keep maintaining it. And then this is that pile. I just want to push all this back to the side, and this has a huge mound under it over here also, so that all has to be graded out and leveled and whatnot. And then I got all these thorn bushes here to deal with and whatnot, and then all these thorns over here and whatnot. So still got a lot to do out here. Yeah, still got a lot to do out here, but I want to finish up this main section up front here where like, I just want this like area near the house to be as maintainable as possible. So I just want to, just like I mentioned over there, I want to get to the point where I can just run the mower and keep it fought back, which last year I lost the battle because I didn't clear it all in time, and then the weeds took over and they were 6 feet tall before I knew it. So yeah, so this whole area here was where I was working yesterday. Yeah, so over here I had all the branches and brush and the extra logs and all that stuff from those 3 huge trees that I took down that were overhanging the house. And got a lot of that cleaned up, a lot of that stuff dug out and put out back. Over here there was all logs just stacked in there, rotting away. Got a lot of those out. There was all branches and everything from the trees over here. Got those out, and as you can see, there's still trash strewed about in here. Some, you know, cinder blocks, tires, concrete things, some metal, some more cinder blocks over there. So I just want to get this all kind of torn apart to the point where I can just keep mowing it. Weed whack the slope, keep mowing this, and if I can keep this whole perimeter here, like from the back of the garage to the fence, over to this corner, and up to this side of the driveway, I can keep this all clear all the way up to the house. I got to move those furnaces we took out and some of this other debris. It'll just seem so much more satisfying having a whole, like a clear perimeter. You know, it's kind of like there's like a room in the house and like half of the room is still cluttered. So if I can go to the edges here, it'll make it seem like the whole room's clean. So I'm gonna stop by back dragging a bunch of this, get all the small stuff raked out of the way and some things leveled up, scoop some more out back, and just kind of keep plugging away at it. See what we can get done today. Oh, sun keeps coming out and going away, so I got my goofy hat on because I already burned the back of my neck at the swap meet yesterday. But making some progress. There's a big extra mound of dirt right back here, so I shaved that off and I just put it in a pile right there because there's a low-lying area right there, and then on top of the septic tank I got to level that back up again where I dug that out before, so I'll probably use that for that. There's a big low spot here. Well, there was a high spot there and a low spot here, so drag some of that around and got this kind of reasonably leveled up. That's where the doghouse was. There was a bunch of like mouse nests under the leaves and stuff, so I ripped all that out of there. It's definitely not perfect, but it is substantially better. This was all ponding in the bad rainstorms, so I think I got it reasonably level over here, and then it would pond in the middle here, so I'll level this up afterwards. But that pile is just kind of branches and weeds and roots and vines and stuff like that. So that pile right there, I'll drag that out back, and then I'll start working on kind of clearing this and start working my way back. So just doing it kind of in stages. See how it goes. Well, making headway. Getting exhausted, but making headway. Got a lot of this cleared. Yeah, I got all the vines that were up over the building there off. I kind of raked the roof a little bit as much as I can reach. Everything growing out around behind there. Bunch of trash that was in there. All that pulled down. I still got a pile there I got to transfer. But right now, I'm going to continue raking all this out of the ground. This is all the chainsaw material the dead branches that hit and crumbled, twigs, branches, all that stuff. So I'm going to work on getting this all raked over and into where I'm back dragging, and then I'll back drag all that to there, and then I'll start cleaning up that area last. But we're making progress. I don't know how far we'll get tonight, but we're just going to keep going. Alright, well, you guys might have noticed that you ate a little dirt there for a minute. I got the fancy umbrella on there trying to keep the camera from overheating and keep the glare off, but it's getting windy and it knocked the whole thing over because the umbrella was on it. And when it knocked it over, it broke the mount. So that's kind of a bummer, but I already figured something out. So there's supposed to be a whole foot off the top here, and then this threads down and clamps the phone in. And this is my regular phone, and it would normally be in there with a mount up there. I went in and I got some zip ties, and when I came back out, I'm like, all right, how can I mount this where I can still get it on and off and wrestle around with it? This phone has the same case that the one I'm using to record has. So there's the little finger holder that flips out, fits right beside the screw, and then the top can clamp right down onto it there. I'll consider that a win. All right, let me get back to this. that's it for today. That might not seem like a lot. That was a lot of work. But we got all this. There was some steel in here, one of those panels and some other stuff. So got all those vines cut out of that thing. That's where the septic tank is. So I got that all filled back in because that was still dug out from us inspecting it and having it emptied. And then just kind of ripped everything out of the wall here, brought it down, plowed it together, kind of leveled up some of this. And it definitely needs a lot more leveling, but it's a lot better than it was. And got everything cleared over here and added a little material here because this was like a little bit of a steep drop off and pickup. So that was like pooling pretty bad when it rained. So got that, but that's looking a lot better from the street. Tomorrow I'll probably start all in there and work along that fence line back there. But Mr. Ferguson put in the work today for sure. And leveled it up over here, and then over there was a huge mound of extra dirt that was just sitting there, so I shaved that off and used that in other places and on top of the septic tank and stuff like that. But got that graded down pretty good, got this all raked back and graded out all into here and whatnot. And is it perfect? No. Is it better? Absolutely. So that was fairly satisfying. Yeah, I gotta go get Riley. My ex asked if I could pick him up tonight rather than tomorrow night, and that's fine. I'd rather not be traveling too late. It's already 6:30 and I need a shower, and probably a good hour to where I got a meter. I may even go all the way up to Salem, New Hampshire to drop an intake manifold off to my buddy. So I might be on the road for 4 hours, and it's already 6:30 and I need a shower, so it's gonna be late, so I'm calling it. But a couple of the random finds today was that seemed like it was a rock, but it is not. That is a ball of nails, all rusted together nails, like almost turning back into iron ore. And got a little pumpkin guy, and as usual, a couple of metal things. Oh, there was a bunch of stuff I threw up over there, but this random metal thing, and then this, which I've pulled, I don't know, probably 15 of those things out of the yard so far. And I think that's a catalytic converter heat shield, just a long ankle bolt. But yeah, still a bunch of stuff over there near that I dug out, and some other trash over there near the back of the trailer. But clock's ticking. I'm gonna go get ready. I appreciate you guys stopping in and following along again, and let's hope for tomorrow that whole back fence line, maybe there's a chance I can clear that whole back fence line right there. It would be pretty amazing if I could. And yeah, one of the other things I want to do is I need a place to stash metal, so I don't have to look at it and it's not seen from the street, because metal piles just look like trash. So I got a bunch of wood here. I think I'm going to neatly stack the wood between here, put it up as high as I can, and I'll put the metal behind it, so it just looks like a wood pile. And then it's right near the dump and near the driveway over there, so when I have enough to justify a metal run with the dump trailer that my buddy Ken is letting me borrow, thank you Ken, I'll be able to just right there with the tractor load it right in, and that'll be good. But this back wall, that's where that rock wall is here in the corner, so I can't wait to fully reveal that and clear that. And then there's all the scrap metal that I gotta start with. That's the furnace and the other furnace that was down there, 2 furnaces, all disassembled and whatnot. So those will get thrown over there. And then that window I gotta get rid of, which I forgot to throw in the dumpster. Well, I had the dumpster. was kind of rushing the last day I had the dumpster, trying to get as much in it as I could and get it picked up the following day, and just forgot about it. So I'll just disassemble it, break it down into small pieces. It'll be fine. So anyway, thanks again for stopping in and watching. Appreciate you guys all as always, and comments and all that stuff are great, keeping me going. So hope you guys all have a good night. Thank you.